all, welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna do a color chart for the Derwent Inktense color pencils. This is the 36 set. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a while now, but I put that off because it's just 36 pencils. I mean, how hard is it to guess the colors just by looking at the tips of the pencils? Well, that proved to be wrong, because in the middle of doing a painting with these pencils, I was really struggling to sort out the actual colors. These tips and the colors shown at the end of the pencils, I found that they did not match in most cases. So it was a bit hard to figure out what the actual color was, and I got a few colors wrong while I was painting, and so before I ruined the rest of my painting, I started doing a color chart. So I'm doing two swatches. The first one is a dry application, and I'm going to blend the second swatch with water. I will also add the number and the name of the colors along with each swatch. So right off the bat, you can see that the dry swatch is very different to the one that's blended with water, at least in most cases. I noticed that the colors intensify when you blend with water. It's almost as if the colors get activated. I guess the ink quality of these colors really come to life when they are activated with water. There isn't a big difference between the red color shades. They seem to have only 3 shades of red in the 36 set. They're called poppy red, chili red and cherry, and all 3 look somewhat similar. That's a bit of a bummer because I'm someone who likes to use red shades a lot, and also given that this is a limited palette, because they also have a 72 color set, I expected to see more of a color variation in the smaller set, but most of them are quite similar to each other, especially the red shades. By the way, these names are quite interesting because they're quite fitting to the actual color that you see when you blend with water. So that's not something that you see quite often because most brands give very ridiculous names to their colors. I think they name the colors according to how they manufacture the pigments in most cases. That's why you find some odd names to colors sometimes. For example, the color Indian yellow. And I have always wondered why it's called Indian yellow. And then I read up about it on the net and found out that Indian yellow is so the Indian yellow pigment is claimed to have been originally manufactured in rural India from the urine of cattle fed only on mango leaves and water. The urine would be collected and dried, producing balls of raw pigment. This process is now said to be banned, but the name seems to come from its Indian origins. So that's how it started. Also, you can see what I was telling you about, how the actual color is not very representative of the colors they have given at the end of the pencils. See, this one is quite, some of them are quite similar, but most of them are not even close enough. So this one, for example, is different. So the dry application is different to the one that's blended with water, and both of them are again different to the color they have given at the tip of the pencil. So it's like you're looking at 3 different colors. So that is why it's important to do a color chart with this brand before you start painting with these pencils. They are superb pencils, so I don't want this to sound like a negative point about the quality of these pigments or the pencils. It's just that it's difficult to figure out the colors, so it's better to start off with a color chart. They're great pencils. This level of color vibrance is in a color pencil box is probably the best you can get. What's even better about this particular brand is that, I mean, the Inktense pencils, is that the color vibrance doesn't fade after the wet swatch dries. Usually in a water-soluble medium, you tend to lose the color vibrance when the swatch dries. In the Derwent Inktense pencils, the loss is almost negligible. So this is probably the best you can get when it comes to water soluble mediums, and it's probably because of the fact that these pencils are ink based and they are quite unique in that way. I think this is the only brand that makes ink based water soluble pencils. Alright, so that's about it with this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be using this color chart every time I will be painting with these pencils in the future. There will be more paintings coming up where I use these pencils, and if you want a detailed demonstration and a review of these pencils, I have a video for that which I will link to in the video description as well as up on the cards. You can check that out. Thanks for watching this, and please do subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time with more art videos. Bye bye.